Good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank you, our lecturer, for giving us the opportunity to present our final project for the English Phonological course. My name is Alexia Katarina Iyo, and my friend is.
Rehanal Firdaus, halo guys.
Okay, in this video, we will present our phonological analysis based on the story, the missing speech. And our presentation includes the analysis of the song, consonant cluster, syllable structure, word stress, and intonation patterns found in the story. We hope this presentation is clear, informative, and enjoyable to watch. Without further ado, let's begin our presentation. It was her first day at a new school, and Priya was nervous. Dad had packed her favorite lunch, but she didn't think it would help. The school was much bigger than her old one. There were so many faces, and she didn't know anyone. What do you call a bear with no teeth? Someone asked from behind her. Priya didn't answer. She was too nervous to speak. A gummy bear, the voice chirped. A hand appeared, offering a bag of colorful sweets. Priya reached in and pulled out a red one. Yeah, you like those? I had them, the girl said, making a face. I only like green ones. My name is Gina. I think we're going to be best friends because we can share a new pet with all the lucky ones.
Gina was right. They were a perfect team. At races, they sat in the sad and swift snake. Priya loved the red games. Gina loved the green ones. When it came to maths, Gina was like a human calculator. She could solve problems before the teacher even finished writing them on the board. "How do you eat?" Priya asked, staring at a face of jumbled numbers. "Number just look like a game to me." Gina laughed, showing Priya a trick to find the answer. Gina was the smartest, finest person Priya has ever met every day, and that with a see you tomorrow.
In her house by the river, Gina was reading her lunch pack, shoes hung, bag full of yesterday's homework, but then she took a camera flash until crack, boom, the thunder and lightning only meant on him. Peter, father, Peter, father, he heard the rain begin its song. The rain sang a loud, sad song. Please stop, he whispered. Tina loves school. He loves science and stories and seeing her friends, but he knew what the rain meant.
Splash, Peter. The rain hammered on the roof. "Oh no!" Priya groaned. "No again." Priya hated the rain. It made hair frizzy. It made her so soggy. "Do I have to go to school, Papa?" She whined. "The feathers are hooked." Priya dad handed her an umbrella. "The rain is just weather, Priya," she said with a smile. "You have your boots. You'll be fine." Priya stormed out the door, squish, squish, squish. She was cross. The worst warning ever, she had.
classroom felt too quiet, even with the rain drumming on the roof. It wasn't the sad sound Gina heard. It was just loud, annoying thump, thump, thump that made it hard to think. Priya stared at the big sheet of the paper on her desk. Today was teamwork day. They were supposed to solve the mystery of the jumbled numbers together. Priya had the colorful markers ready, but she didn't know which number to shoot for. She kept waiting for a hand to reach in and saw hear the trick. Where's Gina? Priya said, looking at the empty space beside her. She'd be the only one who knows how to start this. On rainy days, Tina doesn't come to school. Lottie says from the next table. He didn't even look up from his book. Priya looked up at the empty chair. The perfect team was broken, and the giant fraction puzzle felt impossible.
The rest of the day was as great as the clothes. Lunchtime felt like forever and Priya just wanted to go to home. Priya sat alone, flicking at her food without Gina jokes and her bright drawings. School felt like a black and white movie. I have to see here, Papa, Priya said as soon as she climbed into her dad's truck after school. She was excited that the rain had rained her day, but she was mostly worried about a friend. We have to check on Gina.
That that truck splashed through the puddles that was still in his construction clothes, smelling like swaddle and sweet. The river is high today, Priya. The river is high today, Priya, said Warren. When they reached the bend, Priya saw Gina sitting on her porch across the water. She looked small and quiet, staring at the rushing brown river that sat between her and the wood. There were no jokes today, just the sound of the water.
That night, Priya could stop thinking about the river. Why does she just come anyway? She asked her mom. Something she does. Mom said softly, but the move is so deep that everything gets rain. She has to carry a spare sheet of clothes and the chance at school because she gets so asked to bone just trying to cross it very low. With day for a masquise, Freya felt a lump in her throat. She had complained about Freya hair. Gina was fighting a flute.
The next day was sunny. When Priya saw Gina at her desk, she didn't wait for a sunny day. My dad can boil things, Priya said breathlessly. He has the wood and the tools, but he doesn't know the river like you do. Will you help us build a bridge, a real one? Gina's eyes lit up. She grabbed the grab paper and the pencil and a pencil. I have already been boiling in my head, she whispered. But Priya, it's not just me. I know others who stay home when the weather gets bad. If we're going to do it, we have to do it for everyone. We have to do it right.
They start with Sam, a young boy in Gina neighborhood. Some of it quickly with his wit count. tapping the ground with a rhythmic clip tap click his stupid exclaim at the might as the of the creek. His parents took by to the force, watching quickly. They know some like to do thing is on the way. I don't need someone to help my arm. Some explain his hit title to listen to the rushing weather. I like walking to school by myself, but when the wind falls and the rain drums the sound of the fat decipher, I need to break to speak to me. Gina pulled out her notebook following some lead. The eyes belt took under their hands and special range on the floor. Now the berries were jangly, pink and the chime under some feet and the gentle giant in the breeze. So Sam know is clear where to go.
Next, they visit Leo. Leo had a very large specialist chair with big, sturdy tires for getting home on the rocky path. He looked at the old, narrow logs crossing the creek near his house and knew exactly what was wrong. The logs aren't the problem, Leo said, pointing to his wheels. It's the space. I need a pet that match my thyroids. Gina and Lloyd compare measurements. Well, make it a weight as a small broad. Gina promised. They didn't just buy a bride, they buy a design. He could zoom at first without ever having to peek over the edge. Leo had staged on his new bride.
Maya lifted the force away. She knew every inch of the long fat, but it was a long way, and she often needed to reach. I don't need a ride. Maya explained to Freya that I just need a place to pause. If the brace had a seat, I could make it all the way on the moon. Freya, that's no this. You will go to Flan. Maya, we will just go to Hammers. The lace turned to Maya and both white. Sturdy beans right into the middle of breath. It's Kamaya favorite food, she calls it. Over the weather where she stayed completely dry.
Dan loved school, but he knew the great death made the world look like a blur. He didn't need someone to lead him. He just needed a landmark. If the price was right, Ben suggested I could follow the color myself, even the ticket's ring. Gina knew Ben was right. Well, make it a color that spiked the clouds. They paint the entire bright glowing, brilliant orange with bright yellow stripes. Even on the gloomiest morning, when saw his sunshine head from far away. He didn't need a giant, he just needed his bright to stand out.
Sita then looked for landmarks. She asked her friend to read the word. I know the way, Sita said, but the mouth has the it's. I need the ground to tell me where the center is. Sita saw it. Gina and Priya where the path usually got confusing. They you ask her ideas to create a Sita map on the bright floor. They matched the middle rock and grapes like sandpaper, while the edges were smooth, polished wood. Now Sita Fit gave her all the information she needed to cross with. easy.
Koro was the final expert. He was deep and knew the river better than anyone. I can see when the water is angry. Koro signed to Gina, but I needed a way to tell everyone else and sign I can see from my porch. Koro and Gina designed a tall pole with a mechanical flex system. When the river rose too high, the warder pushed a lever that made a big wet plate pop up with a snap. Koro didn't need to hit the danger. He had designed a system that kept him and his whole village safe and informed.
Always got at solving puzzles. She could see where the numbers went and how the shapes fit together. But this was the biggest puzzle she had ever seen. Every weekend, for the whole term, the school turned into a transition site. It was just Priya that the whole community came. Teachers, parents, and students carried timber and hammer nails. They weren't just building over weather, they were following the blueprints the kids had drawn.
When school started again, the classroom wall had a new map. It showed seven new bridges. Every single desk was full. Rainy days were never going to stop. Everyone found being part of the school again. Every beach was in its place, and no one was left out.
It was the final day of the year, freeze-giving, when the principal called out the awards for maths and science. The house shook with cheers. Gina moved off the new, smooth ramp to the stack. Her laps was filling ahead with gold trophy. On the stack next to her were Sam and Maya, who also won prizes.
Okay, thank you for watching our presentation. This is enough from us. We hope our explanation has been clear and helpful in understanding the phonological analysis of the missing speech. And thank you for your attention and have a good day. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.